In this video, we will show you how to file a covered electronic waste recycling fee return. The covered electronic waste recycling fee return is also known as the e-waste recycling fee return. We protect all the confidential information you provide to us. First, go to our website, cdtfa.ca.gov, and at the top, click on Login. That will take you to the Online Services Login page. You must log in with a username and password. For assistance with creating a username and password, please watch our tutorials online. On the CDTFA Online Services Login page, we will enter our username and password. Then, click Login. On the Online Services Profile page, under the Accounts tab, we will click on the e-waste recycling hyperlink. This will take us to the e-waste recycling page. Under the Periods tab, click on the File Return hyperlink next to the return period for which you would like to file. In our example, we will file for the period of January 1st through March 31st, 2026, which is displayed by its return end date of March 31st, 2026. Click on the File Return hyperlink. This will take us to the total number of video display devices sold self-consumed page. Enter the total number of new or refurbished video display devices, VDDs, sold or leased during the filing period. All sales and leases should be reported whether the VDD is subject to the e-waste recycling fee or not subject to the fee due to an exemption. You will then enter the number of VDDs self-consumed for the filing period. Self-consumed VDDs are those purchased without payment of the e-waste recycling fee for your own use or withdrawn from resale inventory for business or personal use, including donated VDDs. You can click on the link Online Filing Instructions at the bottom of the page for help at any time during your filing. In our example, we sold or leased 100 VDDs and did not have any self-consumed items to report. The total number of VDDs field has been automatically calculated. We will then click Next. On the VDDs exempt from the fee page, answer the question, do you have items not subject to the fee? If you do have items to report, click Yes. You will then report any item sold in interstate or foreign commerce, items sold to other retailers for the purposes of resale, and other items, which are items exempt from the fee that you did not previously enter. If you have any items to report as other, after entering your figures, be sure to enter an explanation why these items are exempt from the fee in the Other explanation field. The total number of items exempt from the fee and the total number of items subject to the fee fields will be automatically calculated. If you do not have any VDD sales that are exempt from the fee, select No. In our example, we do have VDDs that are exempt from the fee and will select Yes. We had 4 VDDs sold in interstate and foreign commerce. We had no other VDDs exempt from the fee. The total number of items exempt from the fee and the total number of items subject to the fee have been automatically calculated. We will then click Next. This will take us to the Gross Fees Due page. Here, you will report the number of VDDs sold and self-consumed of more than 4 inches less than 15 inches, and the number of VDDs sold and self-consumed from 15 inches to less than 35 inches, and the number of VDDs sold and self-consumed of 35 inches or more. The total must match the total number of items subject to the fee. The total number of items subject to the fee is automatically calculated based on information provided on the total number of video display devices sold self-consumed page and the VDDs exempt from the fee page. To make changes to the number of items subject to the fee, click Previous. The system will automatically calculate the total gross fee due. In our example, we had 25 VDDs of more than 4 inches less than 15 inches, and 25 VDDs of 15 inches less than 35 inches, and 46 VDDs of 35 inches or more to report. We can see that the total and total number of items subject to the fee are now equal, and the total gross fee due has been automatically calculated. Click Next to continue. This brings us to the e-waste recycling fee credit adjustment page. Answer the first question. Do you have any adjustments to make where the original transaction occurred during this filing period? For example, you refunded the e-waste fee to a customer for merchandise returned on a sale made during this filing period, and the original sale was included in your total number of VDDs sold for this period. If you have adjustments to make, select Yes. If not, select No. In our example, we do have adjustments to make for returned taxable merchandise that occurred during this filing period, and we'll select Yes. Once you select Yes to the first question, a table will expand and you will enter the required information. We had one VDD of more than 4 inches less than 15 inches to report as returned merchandise. We did not have anything to report for returned VDDs from 15 inches to less than 35 inches and returned VDDs of 35 inches or more. We will leave the figures at 0. Next, answer the second question. Do you have any credits to claim where the original transaction occurred prior to this filing period? For example, you reported and paid the fee on a VDD in a previous filing period, but the VDD was resold or returned by the customer during the current filing period. If you have credits to claim for fees reported and paid in a previous filing period, select Yes. If not, select No. In our example, we have credits to claim for fee-paid purchases resold and returned merchandise, where the original transactions occurred prior to this filing period and the fee was paid in a previous return. We will select Yes to the question. You will then select the period the original sale took place from the date range options in the drop-down. Then click Next. Based on your response to the previous question, you will then be taken to the Schedule A, Prior Period Fee Credit Adjustment Worksheet. In Section A, enter any VDDs to report for fee-paid purchases resold credit, and in Section B, enter any VDDs to report for returned credit. In our example, we had one VDD of more than 4 inches less than 15 inches to report under the fee-paid purchases resold credit. We did not have anything to report for returned VDDs from 15 inches to less than 35 inches and returned VDDs of 35 inches or more under the fee-paid purchases resold credit. In this example, we also had one VDD of more than 4 inches less than 15 inches to report under the returned credit. We did not have anything to report for returned VDDs from 15 inches to less than 35 inches and returned VDDs of 35 inches or more under the returned credit. The items listed under the Total Prior Period Fee Credit Adjustment section will be automatically calculated by the system. Once completed, click Next. After you complete the e-waste recycling fee credit adjustment page, you will arrive at the excess fee collected page. Here, you will be asked if you collected more fee than what is due. If you collected more fee than what is due, you will enter the excess fee collected in the required field. In our example, we did not have any excess fee collected to report, and we'll leave it as 0. Then, click Next to continue. Review the summary page. If you need to make an adjustment, click Previous. To save a draft of your return prior to submission, click on the Save Draft button. If the information displayed on the page is correct, click Next. On the Your Information page, you will be asked if you are a paid preparer. In our example, we are not a paid preparer and will select No. Review the pre-filled information and make changes if necessary. Enter the required information in the remaining fields, then click Submit to continue. When you click Submit, a window will appear to confirm your intent to file electronically and that your return is true, correct, and complete. Please read the information carefully. Enter your password and click OK to submit. This confirmation page represents a return filing only. Please take note of your confirmation number and the total amount due. We recommend that you print this page for future reference. To make an electronic payment, click on the Make a Payment button. To print your submitted return, click on the Print Return button. If you still have questions, please call our Customer Service Center at 1-800-400-7115, TTY 711.